Patrick Bet-David has quite the choice of words when it comes to the whole Tim Pool firing his staff situation, claiming he's going to be shutting down the entire operation. Timcast, if you saw my first video, you know what's going on. If you didn't, I'll link it down below. Make sure you go watch it, or maybe I'll add it as like a card so you can just click it. Maybe go click out right now, like over here, over wherever. If you have eyes, you can find it. And Tim Pool also has an update for us. He has a little update as to what's kind of applying the pressure. And guess what? He has a pregnant girlfriend. Oh my gosh. I'm going to give you guys all the tea, all the drama. Make sure you like today's video. Subscribe to my channel. I post 2 new videos every single day. And comment Beanie for the algorithm. And we'll get right into it, shall we? First, they're going to show kind of a little refresher on what Tim Pool himself actually said. And that is right here.
Our, I don't know, 12th studio failure this morning.
The new one.
Yeah, the new studio failed. And, you know, my attitude with that is kind of just like, yeah, if we can't make cameras and a computer work, and despite all the previous failures we've had, there's not a single person here who can make sure that either the studio is operating or secondary studio is operating. We've gotten to a point in the company where everyone's kind of just kicked their feet up and said, I'm doing what I need to be doing. Yeah. And then that just means I'm Sisyphus pushing the rock up. The problem is people are sitting on the rock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of wild, Pat, to put that out there just like that on a podcast and make it public.
It's poor leadership, by the way. I got to tell you, I'm a little surprised in Tim Pool. He's done one hell of a job, and I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, it's all good.
That's poor leadership right there.
I agree.
There's nobody here. Well, find somebody. You got the checkbook.
Well, there's a big difference between being a great podcaster and a smart guy and having...
Okay, Adam Sosnick. I hate... If you're new here, you don't know this, but I can't stand whenever this guy talks. But okay, go ahead.
And a great, voice versus being a businessman. It's very hard to do both. So, I mean, luckily we have literally one of the only guys in the world that is what I would call a triple threat. You can be a CEO, entrepreneur, also a manager, a coach, building a team, but also one of the greatest thinkers and minds and conversationalists. It's very unique. Tim Pool.
Why is Adam just like sucking off Patrick Bet-David? Wow, no wonder why he has a seat. I've always thought, Adam is so annoying and says terrible things that are so stupid and woke all the time. Now I know why he's there. He must make PBD feel really good about himself.
Smart guy, opinionated, knows his stuff. I don't know his business acumen. I don't know. I mean, we've spent time with his team. I love Ian. Luke's a good dude. We know his team, Josie. I don't know how it works, but there's a major difference between being a pundit and a great speaker versus being a great businessman.
Was that sincere, though? Was that sincere, or was he just putting people on notice? It sounds like he's looking to hire a COO. It sounds like somebody can step forward.
That's maybe what he needs to do.
Yeah.
Just find it.
No, it's absolutely what Tim Pool needs to do. But the thing about Tim Pool is he's known to be very kind of like a control freak, so he kind of wants to be involved with everything because he wants it perfect, and you just can't have that if you want to run a company, grow a company while being a host all day, every day. It's just impossible. You need to trust someone to handle everything, and I get it. It's hard to give away that trust, but it has to be done or else you can't really grow.
Bring a businessman in, much like Ben Shapiro brought in Jeremy Boring type of thing. It's a unique situation.
But to do it publicly like that, now if you think those people are 90%, those people right now are down to 60%. Think about it. That means the whole internal group is like, wait, what the hell?
Well, there's inner conversations and external conversations. That's probably a team meeting, not an external conversation.
Go ahead, Tom. I'm going to hear you, and then I'm going to give you my thoughts.
I think I'm reacting the same way you are. Why don't you go first?
Yeah. So look, we've had you guys see this, but you also see that behind the scenes, right? You've seen both. So we've had people that have left and said bad things about us. I ain't got time for that. What I say to you guys, what's our rule? I have nothing to say. We're moving on. Okay. We're doing our thing. You come say what you want. We'll react, but at the same time, we're moving on. Guys want to make comments. We'll do our thing. In regards to something like this, something for him to be thinking about. I don't know how many people want to move to West Virginia to work there. I don't know. Maybe you chose the wrong state, okay? And maybe the pool of talent in West Virginia is not that wide. Maybe you should consider going to Dallas. Maybe you should go to Austin, where Rogan, Musk are at. So when one talent doesn't work out, at least you can. Maybe you should consider going to Miami. Who the hell is wanting to move to West Virginia?
And that is such a good point. I've been on Tim Pool's show a couple times, and last time we went, I was like, I don't think it's ever worth coming back here again because it's a long plane ride and it's like hours worth of driving from the airport in the middle of bumfuck nowhere where it's windy roads and you get like car sick. I was very thankful they cover the travel. I'm not trying to be unthankful because I'm thankful to be on that platform, and they cover all the travel, and the team was awesome when I was there. I've never experienced anything but amazingness. Is that a word? Great experience with their staff. I'm just saying, West Virginia, we get it that you want to live in like farmland with chickens, but find somewhere else. I'm sorry, it's true.
I mean, I know there was a song with named West Virginia, and the song wasn't even supposed to be about West Virginia. It just rhymed better. You know the song that I'm talking about, right?
Virginia.
Yeah, it's a great song.
John Denver, I think.
Right, it's a phenomenal song, and he was trying to talk about Colorado, I believe. And it just West Virginia rhymed better, right?
It worked out well
this
for
guy's
West Virginia.
capable, he's talented, but let me tell you, Tom said the best thing to me 15 years ago, okay? And one of the best lessons, I never understood it until Tom broke it down for me. He says, Pat, do you know the most money I've ever made in my life when I was the CEO founder versus I was number 2, number 4, number 5, number 6 in a company? I've always made more money as a number 2 than a number 1. Tom is one of the smartest guys in the world. My opinion, one of the smartest guys I know in my life. Brilliant, can go any topic, any range, anywhere. He can be a lawyer 1 minute. He can be a CFO another minute. He can be a talent another minute. He can be a pollster another minute. The most ridiculous brain to have. I don't understand that part, right? But he understands he's not a founder. He's not a CEO. If you want to scale a business, he's going to make more money on the other way around. Tim may be needing to look at where to go. Maybe, I hope he hasn't ruined a lot of relationships where people would be willing to entertain him to go in different companies because he is capable. And if you don't do that, you can find places to go. And the last thing I will say about this is the following. Marriage is hard, okay? It's hard, very hard. A lot of them don't work out. If it doesn't work out, it typically takes 2 to tangle, right? It's not one person that screwed it up. Everybody wants to always blame the man first. And then 6 months later, like, oh, okay, so it's her. And you're like, no, it's probably both of you guys. Cool, listen, none of my business. Listen, bro, all good. Whatever you need, I'm here. Man, I wish you guys the best. Let me know how I can help as a brother, as a friend. Cool? Well, it's not pretty. Kids pay price, all that stuff happens. Running a business is hard. Being a talent is hard. Don't forget what happened a month ago. The accusations about Russia. The accusations about $100,000 per episode and all this other stuff. So all of this pressure could also be hitting you at the same time that you almost need something to say, let me effing take a break from all of this BS.
Exactly. And guess what, guys? We actually just found out what also contributed to the pressure. And this is from the Post-Millennial. I'll show you guys here. Tim announces he's going to be a father and will continue IRL with restructuring. So I'm going to actually just play this clip so you guys can see what Tim Pool actually says about this.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a very lucky man. I am in a relationship with a caring and beautiful woman who's helped make this whole company possible. Allison handles all of the heavy lifting to make everything here function cleanly, smoothly, and make it work. And this has been one of the reasons why we take security very seriously, and it is why we have been working as hard as we can to make sure everything operates. It is that we're getting married, and I'm having a child. This is... Thank you very much. And this has been for some time now. I've just not said anything. Additionally, working 2 full shifts and running a company makes it impossible to have done this years earlier. And which is the constant conversation that we've had is, when do we stop this so that we can actually have a family and live a normal life, I suppose? Well, the answer is we can't. We can't do everything that this company is doing. I can't work 16 hours a day and take care of my wife and child. The additional consideration is, as the show gets larger and larger, hence some content reductions and things like that, security implications become a bit more severe, such as, can we raise a family when we get swatted 15 times in 1 year and have crazy people in dresses showing up on our property beating up our employees? It's very, very difficult. With that being said, we come to a crisis point when we can't sustain all of these things at the same time. And I don't think any sane human being would be able to do it. The amount of energy is just non-existent within a human being. With that being said, we have talked about it. especially following the conversations we had last night. And we decided we'll keep doing this. We will be reducing and restructuring the company so that it can be more manageable for our family plans. We can start prioritizing our family and stop prioritizing a company and the work that both of us do. Allison also works 16 hours a day to make sure this company functions because administrative work has to be done. And we're going to likely pursue outside administrative assistance in making all this possible so that we can finally take care of ourselves and live the dream life that we've wanted to live for a long time.
So there you have it. That is the added pressure Tim Pool is facing. By the way, congrats to Tim Pool and his girlfriend. Yes, he needs to prioritize his family. He does. His pregnant girlfriend should not be working 16 hours a day. I'm sure that's extremely stressful, especially being pregnant. I remember when I was pregnant, oh my gosh, I didn't want to do anything. And I still tried to, but it's hard. You're exhausted. You're so tired. Happy to hear that he's going to get married to her. And yeah, I still disagree with him just kind of roasting his own staff publicly before speaking to them. I think that's weird. He's obviously not a good manager. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about the drama. I'm going to keep updating you guys. Thanks for watching.